Hello everyone, it's me Rizzyrez, and fusion is one of the most commonly brought up topics in the Ben 10 community, especially with the aliens. One of the most commonly made fanarts in the community is taking two of Ben's aliens and fusing them together. Now there is already a playlist full of canon fusions that Ben has transformed into on screen, and of course we've got to rank him from worst to best. Two things I want to say before this video starts. Firstly, subscribe. And secondly, this video is not a power scaling video, okay? I don't really know much about power scaling, and I don't know how to power scale these fusions. I'm not basing these off of what fusions are stronger than the others. I'm just basing them off of designs, really. So without further ado, let's jump right into the number 10 spot. Coming in at our number 10 spot, and the worst fusion in Ben 10 is Heat Jaws. Come on, I'm a fusion enjoyer, and I've made fusions in the past. More on that in another video. But even I know that this is not a fusion. This is what you get out of the Ben 10 Alien Creation Chamber. You know that thing we put the little toy miniature action figures in and it like slaps them together to make a new alien? That's what this is. It's literally just a Ripjaw's head and torso and Heat Blast arms and legs. But then they thought, oh wait, we actually have to fuse these two aliens together. So they put a flame on his head. Seriously though, where's the fusion? They didn't even give him the commonly done Heat Blast reskin that they always do with the fusions, and that would have been probably better and easier to make. Now, normally I wouldn't be complaining about something like this, especially since it's the classic series, but the reason why I'm complaining about this is because there were two other betterly done fusions in the same episode. Why couldn't they just applied the same things that they did to the other ones onto this one? I guess it's fine that this one is last because this is probably the least popular fusion out of that episode and probably out of all of them, so let's just move on to another 9. Number 9 on this list is kind of an exception from this, but I wanted to add it because I just wanted a full list of 10, is Clock Grade, but more so a fusion of Ben's Clockwork and Ben 23's Techno Bubble, or Upgrade. Now this isn't really a fusion, and this is more of just upgrading something like he's done before to other technology, and I don't really know if this really counts, but again, I wanted 10 aliens on this list. Now, I don't really have much to say on this one, because it's just a reskin, but there are two things I want to say about it. Firstly, I like that this is a reference to Heroes United when Ben upgraded Rex, and secondly, this is how you do a reskin fusion. Why couldn't Heat Jaws just do this? Literally just reskin him and it would have been so much better. So yeah, technically not a fusion, but still better than Heat Jaws. Coming in at the number 8 spot on my list is Diamond Matter from the classic series. Again, another one from Dr. Anima and the Mutant Ray. Now if I had a nickel for every time one of my favorite classic aliens got done dirty in a fusion, I would have had 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Yeah, that's literally all I can say about this fusion. I guess it's kind of cool. Diamond Head is my favorite alien, and Grey Matter's pretty cool, but this fusion is so nothing. It's not as smart as Grey Matter, and it's not as strong as Diamond Head, so it's just there. It's just there. I don't know what else to say. Number 7. Now, this next fusion of the list is probably the ugliest one that we've got, and that is Big Chuck. Has anyone noticed that this is just an egg with pool noodle limbs? And like, I've gone on before about Omniverse and their disproportionate aliens, but come on, this is taking it way too far. It's not really that this fusion is bad even, or it has bad powers. It's actually kind of useful, but again, not very useful. I don't really see the need to upgrade Chuck's size because it doesn't really matter about his size since he can already just eat whatever he wants. I mean, he can already make like tornado-sized energy blasts, so this fusion just seems kind of redundant to me, and it's really ugly. Next up on this list is the founding father of the fusions themselves, and that is Stink Arms. And yes, it is the last one from Dr. Anima and the Mutant Ray, so unfortunately, they're gone. Listen, I know some of you are going to get mad at me for this, but come on, I gotta do what I've gotta do. And Stink Arms is not really that great of a fusion, but it's at least the best one for a few reasons. Firstly, it's the most iconic fusion of that episode. It's the fusion that everyone remembers it from that episode. Alright? No one remembers Heat Jaws or Diamond Matter from Dr. Anima and the Mutant Ray. No, you remember Stink Arms. Secondly, this fusion is actually fused kind of weirdly. It's very strange. It's 4 arms as body with stink flies, wings, and eye stalks. And that's basically it. Again, not really fused very well. And I'll show you what I mean by not fused very well, comparing it to the other entries on this list. Although, I do like how in the episode it was introduced in, it was made out to be so useless. Because it was so heavy that Stingfly's wings couldn't like hold up its weight in flight. but it was also so weak because of Stingfly. So it was just kind of useless. In the episode, it couldn't even carry the big mutant frog. Four Arms would have been able to throw it to another state. This fusion is really funny though, and that's why I'm ranking it as number 6. Number 5 on my list is probably the most talked about fusion in terms of power scaling, and that is Atomic X. This is a really cool fusion. It fuses 2 cool and powerful aliens, and I really like the name Atomic X. I think that really works. However, it is kind of a strange fusion, because you can't really fuse the most powerful thing with something else to get something even more powerful, if you know what I mean. A fusion kind of makes a middle ground between 2 creatures, and this fusion is not as powerful as Alien X, although it apparently could be more powerful since he doesn't have the 3 personalities, so he can technically do whatever he wants, but the Atomic's power is kind of making him not as strong as he could be, and this fusion is really confusing when you take it into the power scaling aspect, and it's just damn weird. Although, the way this fusion is fused is kind of nice. I do like the spikes on the head, and I do like that the energy has taken in place for the star pattern that Alien X has. And this fusion actually does make me like Atomics a bit more. Number 4 on my list is probably the funniest and the best name of this fusion episode, is Humongousaur. I love this fusion. I don't know why. It's Humongousaur. It's just fun to say. And this fusion is not actually as useless as you may think. Firstly, this fusion is great because it's Goop, and Goop is cool. Goop is fantastic. I love Goop. And secondly, this fusion, although you may think that it's useless, is actually not, because he still has the strength of Humongousaur, but he's got the flexibility and the shape-shifting of Goop. So he can just dodge attacks and just take punches like it's nothing, but give punches like it's everything. That was a really weird and kind of cringe analogy, but I'm sticking with it because that's basically all I can think of. This fusion is just, it's really funny. I just like it. Did you know that Humongousaur was actually the last unique alien shown in the classic continuity? It was the last unique alien transformed into by Ben. Not in total, obviously, but it was the last new one. I really wish this fusion was used more. If we got more Ben 10K, I would love to get more Humongousaur. And that's why it's number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list has arguably a better name than Humongousaur, is Humongousaur. Another Humongousaur one. Listen, I like Humongousaur, and I like Humongousaur. It's the thumbnail alien. This is a good alien fusion. It fuses 2 really cool and really powerful alien to create an even cooler and even more powerful alien. See, this is the case before, but not really, where I said you can't fuse something that's powerful with something that's less powerful to get something more powerful than the original thing. But in this case, you kind of can, because they're kind of equally as powerful, even though Humongousaur is stronger than Four Arms. Whatever, I don't care. This fusion just makes sense, and I love the name. It also just makes sense. It works, it clicks. And the design is cool. It fuses elements of both aliens really nicely and really cohesively, and the facial hair actually kind of works here. I don't really like it on the OV forearms, but I kind of like it here. Even though I absolutely despise the Omniverse forearms design, I don't hate this. Again, wish it was used more. Plus it was introduced in a really cool way. Number 2 on my list is actually kind of a surprising fusion if you know my Ben 10 alien opinions, and that is Uprig. Yep. The fusion of my least favorite alien is number 2 on my list. Very strange. I would not have expected a Jury-Rig fusion to be this high. I don't like Jury-Rig at all. I think I like this fusion so much because it makes Jury-Rig not ugly. See, the Mechamorph part of it actually helps it because Jury-Rig is really ugly. And by taking away the ugliness, it's actually kind of cool. It's just a cool little guy. And this fusion just makes the most sense in terms of powers. Upgrade upgrades technology, and Jury-Rig also upgrades technology. So by doing this, it can be even more cool, because Jury-Rig can take apart the technology and then upgrade it with the Mechamorph parts. And plus, it also played a really big role because it created the time cycles for Ben and Rook to go, save the universe. Yeah. Surprising, but number 2 on my list. And number 1 on my list for the best fusion in all of Ben 10, and in my opinion, the best fusion in all of Ben 10, I just said that, is Crash Shocker. Listen, we get this fusion for 15 seconds in the show. He punches an alien a few times and shocks him, and doesn't really say much, but I really like this fusion. This fusion is very well fused. Both aliens' elements are fused very nicely. You took the spikes on their head and put it together. You took the strange proportions of both of them and put them together. It works really nicely. And the color, it actually works. Usually this type of green doesn't really work on many aliens, but in this case it really does. I don't know why I like this fusion so much, but I just really do. Plus, Crash Shocker is such a cool name. It makes so much sense. Crash Hopper and Shock Squatch make Crash Shocker. It just makes so much sense. The powers are also really cool because you can just picture Crash Hopper bouncing around with bolts of electricity flying out of him. Really wish we got this alien fusion more, and really wish we just got this as an alien itself with the same powers. I can picture it as like a jumping jack spider that just bounces around and kind of zaps things. That's actually, no, that's just Joltik from Pokemon. But yeah, this fusion really made an impression on me with a 15-second appearance. And that is why Crash Shocker is number 1 on my list. And that is it, the long-awaited Every Fusion Ranked video. I know I say long-awaited even though you guys have never heard of this, but I've actually tried to record this for like 2 months, but I kept on re-recording it because it's never turned out the way I wanted to, and I tried to record other videos before this, and it's been really busy trying to do other things, and I am really bad at uploading and editing. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. I think my next goal for this channel would be to get to 2,000 subscribers. That'd be pretty cool. And yep, that's all I got to say for now. So until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.